Good afternoon, gentlemen, whoever's answering. I know all that's happening down there, and my sympathies. But I think that, excuse my word, you have a devil down in Larne, and that's what I see him as. He's terrible, the muck he's trying to make. But the Pope is a very considerate man. I'll be in contact with him myself, direct. And I can tell you, I don't know, Buckley's terrible when you read his stuff. What he's at, I know a lot about Buckley. When he was down on Omeath, and what he was at, and of course I have no time for it. I certainly will not be voting for that. I'm sorry with homosexuality. I know you have to respect people if they're that fair, but no, that's not right. There's procreation from Scripture. You're supposed to make love to procreate. Two men can never procreate. That's abusing. It's terrible. But Buckley, as you know, as HIV habit. I won't say who I have it from. Man, the consecrated him. I won't say mention names. So he wants to be very careful what he's saying, or we can make an awful drive about him. But I like your cathedral, and I know you've other trouble. Now the bishop, I can understand his position there. It's bloody awkward not down in corner, all boys arguing. And I know you're in the order with the Reds. I like the order of the Reds. I'm friends with them. I know you're down there. Jerry O'Connor would know of me. He's your vocations director. He's down in. He's a Galway man. He's down in the other house, and he's over the Association of Catholic Priests. I like that. Okay, there's a lot of things Buckley would have right, but no, he tries to make muck of people, and a person that you can't handle is no good in a team. He'd be no good in a team. And I do know, as regards weddings, he really robs people. He rubs it in, and he has done a lot of bogus weddings. Which what did Father Kieran do? He went with a woman, right? No big deal. He's a natural man, right? He wanted to break it off with the woman. He might have. It's like a fish in a hook. You can get caught in these things in your helping community if you're. Don't get off the bait quick, and it's, you know. He's a very good preacher. You're a good man yourself, but at your age now, it's time to be taking it easy. But Kieran is a very good man, and I see him. I watch his masses, and I would feel he would have made a great bishop. But now all this Ireland muck, I call that fella Buckle Arse in Larne. I have no time for that man at all, and it's not from just what he is. If he was a genuine person, no, he's not. He's in it for this, as Father Finn once said to me in the dock, and that's entirely what he's in for. He'd always dodge me when he'd see me, because if you're homosexually insane, you'll keep out of my way. But however, I heard about it when his mother heard about it on Omeath. I was down in the thing with that Mother Francis. That day, and that's quite a long time ago, and his mother was really devastated. However, he can't help the way he was born. But we love the sinner, but we hate the sins. So, Father Fancy, I actually thought your name was a nickname first, and I didn't like to say Father Fancy or Father Paul. So I'm Archbishop Michael Desmond Hines with the Order Mater Dei, and the Holy Father knows about it. So my referee was a man called the name of Father Thomas Hamill, one of the toadies, one of the brightest men out. I was with him a lot, and I met one of your ex-members. He used to teach me in Scotland, Dick O'Doherty. He was an ex-Redemptorist, very good man. And it's, you do a good job. I always loved the Redemptorists when I was young, going to Dundalk and the missions. I can remember Father Fox, Father Brosnan. I'd love to be honoured to sometime. So you're quite welcome to come up to me in Greenover. I do my own mass. I do the same rite as you do, and be on to the Pope. And he's a nice man. He was a cardinal in Argentina. He lives something like myself. I like a humble life. If you live a humble life, he likes that. You try to help people, you hate the sin. But God, look, whoever's listening to this, I hope you're not taking offence. But I'd be all for the cathedral, and I don't believe in harming good men that's down now. I know Dr. Kennedy does speak a little bit above, he tries to be above people, which is not, that'd be great, but he can't help that. And at the same time, I wouldn't be questioning what anyone does in their spare time. But at the same time, we're all sinners. and we have to live by the commandments, as the Pope himself said. If you keep the commandments and the Beatitudes, you're not far wrong. But these people that say they're born again makes me laugh in a way, because you can criticise them from the Scripture. Like they just get a few points, and there's an awful lot of Catholics now that hear this born again and they think right away, oh, we're not right. Well, I know we're all born again the day we're baptised into Christ, and it's a long process. I wrote a thesis in this, but on confirmation amongst different religions. But don't worry about that. All I should say to you is now, keep the good work up, Father Fonzie. You're a good man. I know it's tough on you, all the work you have to do, because the cathedral, it's a lot of work to do. So you're probably bishop at the moment, administrator, and dean in brackets. What's your bishop's here? Enjoy the good work. You're doing a good work. The Reds always do. You might have an odd screwball in the other. Like you get that in any other. We get that with us too. Some people are terrible. And I know there's a lot of parish priests will be talking down there, talking out of context, and you know, it'll probably grouse us to make it themselves. The celibacy rule must end. It will. This Pope will let it go once the bishops agree to it. To get the vibes from the people. Most people will accept. It's a bit young in the day to accept women priests, but there's no reason why you can't. Then homosexuality, you should be allowed to say, and once they don't interfere with anybody. But like I said, it's definitely immorally. How can you be making love with someone to have a baby? Like, I wouldn't approve of that. I'm sorry, and I don't want to go into deep water. But which is all very well down in Connor. I would have loved to be down there tomorrow night, but it's that much going on to do. I'm away up in Termafeckin tomorrow, so I've always to move around, get the gear on, away I go. God love you to all this helping out in down in Connor, and don't be narrow-minded looking at it. Father Dollett is a good priest, and no reason why he shouldn't be reinstated. But he had that old trip backside man, excuse me expression, down in Larne, and I wouldn't give him house room. I've read all his thing about he was alleging letters come from your bishop. I don't know whether he made them up himself, but I could understand the way the bishop would talk, and with having a good social science background, I know he'd have to do that. But it's not an easy job being a diocesan bishop. Even in our order we'd have boys, and some loves wearing the clothes and all that type of thing. But the Pope has it right. You have to be humble. It's very hard to be humble when you're perfect in many ways. I'll be yarn with you sometime, Father Fancy, but I just hope you get your old volume sorted out for tomorrow. Whoever's speaking may not be speaking to Father Fancy, Father Paul. So if he just sees the application tomorrow, he's probably discovered that already. Before you think I'm going to talk a hole in the pot, I'll say good night. God bless you. The love of Christ with you. A humble sinner, you. Michael Desmond. God bless. In Green Oak, County Life.